How do I know if I'm actually gay, bi, and not just young and unsure? Try thinking of people as just individuals and humans, not representations of some gender or sex. Some you are attracted to, others not. It's not like straight people are attracted to everyone of the opposite gender, or gay people to everyone of the same gender. Don't worry about the labels. They don't define you or govern things. They just help people make sense of the messy, obfuscated world we're in when talking about it. Try it out and see if it tickles your fancy. You may prefer one side or the other, but there's no amount of time spent pondering the hypothetical that will solve this. Bi guy here. I was a late bloomer. For the longest time, I was certain I was 100% straight, until I was around 19, when a guy came into my work one day and had the most beautiful eyes. I knew I wasn't gay, but figured bi might be an option. So I did what was probably really dumb, which was try watching gay porn. And when that did nothing for me, I just brushed it aside. Must have been a fluke, etc. Over the next 6 years, I had the faint little question mark regarding my sexuality. And as time wore on, the question became louder and louder. Eventually, I came to understand that ultimately, I probably wouldn't be against the idea of having sex with someone who wasn't strictly a woman. And that gave me much needed calm. Being able to tell my fiancé I was bi was relieving as anything. Now, I understand my experiences aren't reflective on yours. Nor am I saying you're bi, lesbian, whatever. What I am saying, however, is it's okay to not know. I only really came to understand myself when I learned that not knowing what you are is par for the course and natural. One day, you'll figure it out, not because somebody tells you who you are, but because you found yourself an identity that you feel fits you. For now, take comfort in knowing that whoever you are and whatever you define yourself as when that time comes, there are plenty of other just like you, and they'll be there for you. Most people are on a spectrum. Sexuality isn't cut and dry. It's complex, changes throughout your life, and is based on tiny amounts of certain chemicals swimming around in your blood. Even the gayest people can have children, and even the straightest people are sometimes unable. I don't understand what you mean by doesn't sit right. It's a fact of nature. That's like saying the blue sky doesn't sit right with you. Try to make a difference between romantic and sexuality. Personally, I'm 33 meters sexually attracted to some guys and have explored it. It was sexually very satisfying. Although, I'm not romantically interested in men at all. Only women. You can be sexually attracted but not romantically attracted to the same sex. Nothing strange about that at all. I might get downvoted for this, but if the idea was coming more from people around you than yourself, you might have been gaslighted. Don't let others tell you who you are. Figure it out on your own. Do you need to decide now? Why not just let life take you where it takes you? Have relationships along the way. Fall in love. Know that you can always change your mind at any point, but for now just explore and enjoy yourself. Well, I think if you can't imagine yourself sleeping with and/or having a romantic relationship with girls, you're probably not into girls. Perhaps you just find girls attractive but not in that way. YK? It doesn't really matter though. Maybe someday you give it a try and find out it's not for you. Or it is. Or you never try it and just figure it out some other way. Or you never figure it out. Nothing wrong with either. I would say most people that are 100% straight are absolutely certain of it throughout all of their life. That being said, if you are unsure about your sexuality, it's fine if you don't figure out the answer right away. As you experiment with relationships, you'll figure it out in due time. It can be really confusing figuring out your sexuality. It can be frustrating not understanding yourself. I myself went through this in my teens. Went from believing I am straight to being bi and to be fully gay. It took me few years to sort it fully out. But hey, if it needs that long, that's how it is. My breaking point was dating a girl who was quite fun and attractive. I really liked her. But I confused it for love and ended up thinking about a male classmate when we got naughty with her. That's basically how I figured it out for myself. Being young and unsure is a natural part of figuring out your sexuality. You don't have to have everything figured out right now. It's also possible to be bi but have a lean in one direction. There's no harm in experimenting with labels or your identity until you've found out more about yourself. I called myself bi for most of my life, and I'm only recently questioning if I'm just gay. Just date people you like and are attracted to. What do you think about when you masturbate? That's usually how I can tell. Just because you put up a couple shelves, it doesn't make you a carpenter. I cannot pinpoint a moment in my childhood that I had a crush on a girl. But I clearly remember my first crush on a boy. Now I'm an adult. And when I thought about having sex with a guy when it was actually plausible to have a relationship with him, I didn't like how it felt. I have a long-distance girlfriend, and the thought of meeting up with her just fills me with nervous, happy jitters. Sometimes things just change over time. Or become clearer when they're not hypothetical. Also, you can be wrong. It's not illegal to be wrong about your identity. Or change your mind. I generally consider myself straight. I'm a woman, but in reality I am more sexually attracted to men and more romantically attracted to women. I prefer relationships with men, so it's easier to consider myself straight. Sometimes I'll refer to myself as mostly straight. You don't necessarily have to have a standard label. Even if you want to figure out a label, you can figure out one that works for you. I just tried out different labels. Picked one and pretended that's what I am. Definitely. Scrolled through the different communities here on Reddit and made note when a meme etc. Felt like it exactly represented my feelings. I noticed relatively fast what label was not me. At least something that helped me as well was seeing the labels not so much as stickers but as refrigerator magnets that can be exchanged fast and easily. Hey, I was in the same boat as you once upon a time. For me, I always grew up that I 100% liked guys but also didn't mind looking at girls at times. However, what confused me was that, while the idea of dating girls was okay for me, the concept of sex with one didn't sound right. After reflecting and going back and forth on whether I was straight or bi, I realized that attraction really does have a spectrum, and it's okay to like some aspects on a gender romantically, sexually, while feeling the opposite on another aspect. While embarrassing to admit, what helped me realize that I really liked looking at both girls and guys were stupid dating games and other games that have Roman cable characters in it, and I realized that I loved romancing everyone no matter their gender. Haha. Hello, cis female here. I was like you in a sense. I swore I was straight. That was until I met my significant other and realized that, hey, I like women. It could be a general realization, or you learn to fall in love with the person, not what's beneath the belt. But don't sweat it. You're young and in a weird area of growing up. As long as it's not hurting anyone, try what you want. You could eventually realize you like everything, nothing, or something in between. Do both boys and girls turn you on? Probably bi.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.